Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can get your hands on all the data from the official NHL and ESPN APIs. For this, we'll be using a package called nhlscraper on the programming language R, which is often used for statistical analysis and modeling. I hope this guide and package can serve as an entry point for hockey analytics, or even sports analytics in general, because the first step in performing any kind of analytics is acquiring data. This will be turned into a series where we explore different kinds of data each video, but today I just want to provide a quick overview of how you can access and use this package. Even if you've never used R, don't worry, because I'll show you all the steps you need from installing R, RStudio, and the R package to retrieving some data and even exporting them to a CSV for further usage outside of R. Without any further ado, let's begin by installing R and RStudio to our device. For those of you who may not be familiar, RStudio is the integrated development environment for the R programming language. It's essentially a comprehensive environment for coding, testing, and debugging, all within a single application. Note that these installation processes may be different for various operating systems, so yours may not look exactly like mine. For reference, I'm using an Apple Silicon M3 MacBook Pro. First, navigate to the link in the description of this video and install R by selecting the appropriate downloader for your device. Now, let's go ahead and install RStudio. Okay, let's open RStudio. Before we do anything, let's head on over to Tools, then Global Options, and make sure our working directory is set to where we'd like. If you want to change it, simply click Browse, select or create the desired directory, click Apply, and then click OK. Make sure to check by typing in get wd followed by 2 parentheses, and make sure that the change has gone through. If it didn't, you can easily fix it by just quitting the application and reopening it. We're now ready to create our first R script. Let's call this one Demo. In order to retrieve the data from the NHL and ESPN APIs, we'll first need to install and load the nhlscraper package. Since this package has officially been approved by CRAN, which acts as the central location for R distributions, documentation, and contributed packages, the installation process is fairly easy. For any R package, you only need to install them once per project, so let's just type the code in our console. Now, the loading of the package must be done every session, so let's type it in our actual R file. We can run this by clicking Run. Now the package has been loaded. Okay, for this quick example, let's take a look at the list of all the draft picks. The proper function to use here is draft_picks. Now, you might be wondering, how would I know that? Well, this package comes with a really nicely documented website where you can browse through all the functions you might be looking for. For this example, we're looking for draft information, which is considered a high-level information and it falls under postseason. Now, let's just write this to a CSV. As you can see in our file manager, we see a new CSV file that just popped up. Obviously, this is just the tip of the iceberg. In reality, there are about 100 more functions available, some of which are heavily customizable through parameters. As I alluded to earlier, you can explore these other functions and their valid parameters in the online documentation, which will be linked below. Also, if you want to follow along with me in my data journey, please consider subscribing and checking out this NHL Scraper series. Until next time.